There it is right there. Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how we do it. And let me give a shout out to my folks in the streets, man. Thank y'all so much for when you see me, you tell me you love Pierre's Panic Room. Well, a lot of times y'all say the Panic Room. It's Pierre's Panic Room. Say the whole thing, Pierre's Panic Room. You know how it is. But again, thank y'all for watching and supporting y'all. We have a lot of great shows coming ahead. And like this is no different. Y'all know who's on this show. Y'all know. Y'all like, what? You got him? I ain't heard from him in a long time. Well, he here. But before we start the show, you know what we got to do. I got to read these comments that my crew picks up. So let's see what we're reading. Okay, this is from the T.S. Madison interview. It says, Pierre ain't shit for this interview. The ad-libs and the gasping is hilarious for every comment that Maddie made about Corey. I love it. Shout out to T.S. Madison. And, shout out to Corey, man. Me and Corey, we made amends, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to him, like I said. But thank y'all for watching that show. Also, this is from the delayed clip. Got a little heated out there. That thing got a little heated, they say. Okay. Desk Lamp writes, he agreed not to talk about it. Then you pimped it and said, it's my show. Which he then said, fuck your show. And when you said fuck your show, I said, what? But you know what's actually funny? A lot of people, when I told them it was an experiment, some people believe it's real. They still believe it's real. Whatever. If you want to go that route, want to believe it's real, it's up to you. But no, it was an experiment. Me and him talked about it before we shot. And, it just shows people like drama, man. I wanted to see if it was going to work, and I hated the fact that it worked so well. Because they got like 75,000 views, that one clip, in like 2.5 days. The only other time that happened was when George Wallace was like, F that, F that, F that. So I don't know, man. We like drama, but no, that was, I appreciate it. Shout out to D-Lay. That's my boy. Love him to death, man. That was a crazy show. This is from the Arnez J interview. Chuck Taylor writes, Pierre's my dude. Funny as hell. Keep doing your thing. You know what, Chuck Taylor? I like you. I might have to go out and find a pair of Chucks. Right now, I got the anti-Yeezys and shit. You know what I mean? I got the Yeezys. I'm at the rock a pair of Chuck Taylor. The owner of this, John, who runs this, he loves Chuck Taylor. That's all he wears, Chuck. He's old school for real. But shout out to Chuck Taylor for that, man. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. I know y'all been waiting, y'all. This brother's my man right here. We go back at least about almost 30 years, man. Good brother. Been through a lot, man. He's had a lot of moments in his life that's been shocking, man, and he's overcome many of them, man, and he's here to talk about it. I saw him last night. I said, yo, you got to do my show, man, and he's here today, man. Give it up for the one and only Mr. John Henton!
All right, what's up, bro?
They got everything now. I got it. We good. Come on, have a seat, man.
Just tearing up stuff, man. Let me sit down carefully.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to tear up nothing.
Wait, John Henton's in his house. No, put that closer to you. Bring it
closer to here we go. This is close enough. All right, there you go.
Did that work right there?
Yeah, we good. Right here. Put on
what up, John?
Man, good to see you, brother.
Brother, it's really good to see you, man. First of all, let me explain something real quick, y'all. That's my boy right here. I was driving back from North Carolina last night, and I was taking care of some business. I'm coming through Atlanta, and I was about to go to my spot. And I looked and I said, who's that going to be at the comedy club? I said, oh, John Henton's going to be there. So I said, let me run by it and go see John. It's late at night, about 9:30. I said, let me stop by and see him. I went back. When I caught it, telling everybody was coming out, crowded out. You sold it out, obviously, because everybody's coming out. I was like, okay, let me find John. I went and I found you sitting in the chair, in the room. And we talked. Good to see each other. And I asked the brother, I said, man, look. I tried to get you on the show before, but you've moved.
Yeah.
You understand? I said, you said you'll do it, but you said we have to work it out. I said, nah, John. I said, man, we've been losing too many people, man.
That's it.
And I said, man, I want you to come tomorrow. Now you had plans for the next day. You had plans to do.
Absolutely.
I said, brother, I know you have plans, but I got something to do. Babe. I said, man, for me, man, come through, man. I want you to come sit in the panic room, and you moved your schedule for me to be here, and brother, that means a lot to me, man. No,
it was like what we were talking about last night about all these comics died, like Dirty South. I mean, it was just very Bernard. It's
Courtney G, all of us.
Courtney G, man, and Roz. I mean, it's like so many comics dying, and we always think we got more time than we got. You know, you never know. So we could have just said, oh man, we'll do it some other time. It's like that might not get here. So I'll make sure we get this done now, man.
Man,
so we here, man.
Come on, I appreciate that. And I hope we have a long life to live, me and you.
Yeah, absolutely. But just in case, we're gonna get this done now. Just in case. We don't know. Don't nobody know.
Well, I'm excited, man, because like I said, when I came into your dressing room, the green room, and we just started talking about old times. I said, hold up, man. Let's save some of this, man. If we could do a show tomorrow, and you were like, let's do it. So I'm glad. So, and I learned some things about you I didn't know, and I'm about to find out some stuff about you that most people know. And because living single, I mean, when I told my assistant I had you, she was like, I know every show. Oh, calm down. He's coming in tomorrow. So so let's start for some people don't know. So you're from Cleveland, right?
Cleveland,
East Cleveland.
East Cleveland, suburb. We were born in Cleveland, moved to East Cleveland, and raised there pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you went to where are you from? Where area?
East side.
The east side?
East side of Cleveland. It's east side and west side in Cleveland.
All right. Only place I know about Cleveland is Shaker Heights because Halle Berry's from Shaker Heights.
Halle Berry. I think she went to Bedford, which is on the east side too. She might have been Shaker Heights, but I thought it was Bedford. But east side, you in the right neighborhood.
Okay,
you good.
okay. All right. Well, because let me think. Who else? First of all, the structure of your home. How'd you grow up with your mother, father, sisters, brothers? How'd that work?
Yeah, mom and dad was together. Then they got divorced. I was about the 6th grade.
Oh wow.
And then I went and lived with dad for a while. You know?
Really? To the father?
Yeah. So me and my dude, we just kicked it, man, for a while, you know. And then and mom and my baby sister, they moved together. My older sisters, they were on their own. So you know, but it was cool. Always had a tight family. You know, always got together for the holidays and stuff. It wasn't no animosity or anything. It was cool.
Dope.
And mom just said, you know, it'd be best for you to be with your dad. And I was like,
but let me ask you a question, because I know a lot of times women keep the kids, however you want to look at it. Do you think it's the right move to let the father have the boy, the male?
It worked for me because me and my dad, we was always tight, man. It was like I was just mini-me. I'm junior, you know, so we was always together. So it was always good, you know. I think it's good that you grow up with that man figure, that father figure, man. You know, that's important, and that's what my mom thought, and that you know, like it worked out, and we always hung out together, so it was no problem.
Is there anything he instilled in you that you said helped you with your life? Because I can tell you what my father did, but
it's a lot of stuff that I didn't get right away, but I'm getting now. You know, because my dad passed about 6 years ago, and it's like when you think back on everything that you learned, it's like some stuff that I wasn't doing then that I'm taking.
Right.
You know, you really start to embrace it as you go along, and just being upright, doing what you got to do. I mean, it's like it's taking care of my daughter, taking care of responsibility. 'Cause my dad was always on it, man. You know, he never slipped. We always had some food. You know, wasn't no problem. Dad was busting his butt, and he instilled that work ethic, and that's the main thing for me.
Right. Well, it's funny. My father used to wake me up he was in the military. He used to wake me up every morning, like at 7 o'clock. Even the days I didn't have to go to school. Let's say, you know, on the weekends I had off. Yeah. But he had to go and work or whatever. He said, I need to see every man up in the house when I leave the house. So he used to wake me up at 7 a.m. I was like, Mother, I'm only 15 or 13 years old or whatever. And so he would leave as soon as he left. I went back to bed, but he didn't see me up.
But he was up when he left.
I tell you what, man, I have probably caught thousands of flights. You know, early morning.
Flight, yeah.
And brother, I think I may have missed one.
Yep.
Out of thousands. I know a lot of comedians miss flights. I don't play that. Well, I learned that. You're gonna get up. I don't care how tired you are. Oh, let me turn off the alarm again. No, bro, get up. So I would say that money, man. Out of everything, I wasn't happy about it, but you know, I get up. I'm about that business, man. As you can see, I run stuff. I say I'm gonna do something. Let's get it done.
Put it together, man.
There it is.
With the quickness.
So let me ask you, were you, the Cleveland Sound is a hotbed of stuff. Did you know, this might sound stupid because you're about the older, Steve Harvey, did you hear about Harvey when you were growing up?
Yeah, I started at the Cleveland Comedy Club. Okay. And when I started, it was a bunch of people. Steve came later after I left because I stayed down there for like about 2 years, and then I moved. Because I wanted to go to either New York or LA because that's where everything was happening. So,
right.
But it was a bunch of people. Frank Santarelli, he was on the Sopranos.
Okay.
Drew Carey.
Okay.
Terry Mulroy, Tom Anderson.
Wow.
it was Dan O'Shannon. These guys they went to LA and they started producing Cheers.
Okay.
You know, so this was from we had an amateur night on Sunday night.
Sure.
And like the first time I went down there, these were the guys just doing it, and they went out to LA and everything blew up. So it was a lot. AJ Jamal, a lot of people came out of Cleveland, man.
So shout out to AJ Jamal.
AJ, yeah.
So you came up in we call it mainstream.
Yeah.
You didn't really do the hood spots. There wasn't no hood spots when you
the first hoodie spot I did was the Comedy Act Theater.
Hell no. Right,
Yep.
where I met you
43rd and Crenshaw, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no, in the LA one.
LA one,
okay,
yeah,
right,
LA one.
Right, wow.
And then they had the one down in Atlanta,
Right.
but the first one was the 43rd and Crenshaw, man.
Okay.
That was the first one, and that was the first time that I got a chance to do like an all black crowd.
Right.
Because comedy at that time it was all white, and it was this dude. This crazy comedian, Buzz Belmondo. I'm doing a gig. I'm in the Valley, and Buzz said, "Oh man, it's this real cool spot in the hood, man. You ought to check out." And I'm like, I didn't know anything about
Right.
it, so I just said, "Yeah, let's go on down." Went down there and met Robin Harris and Mike Williams. That was the dude with the money, and just went down there and just got a chance to see do a show in front of like the Lakers and all kind of actors. Everybody was coming out there, man.
Sure.
So
Wow, that was
Thursday night, yeah,
that was in the late '80s.
Yeah, I got out there, this was like probably 86.
80s, wow, that was the hottest time of comedy.
86, yeah, and it was just everybody. Martin Lawrence was in there, Arsenio would come in.
Robin Harris was the
MC.
MC.
Yeah, he was the MC. Joe Torre came through there, Dia, everybody came out of there. You popped through there, Ricky Harris.
No, I didn't come after he passed in 90. I came in 90. Yeah.
Then you did, okay, we did Atlanta. That's right, we did Atlanta, yeah.
That's why I met you at Atlanta.
Yeah. So
wow.
it was just being around all these funny people, man, and everybody was coming. Daryl Savard, just all these people.
I remember Daryl Savard.
Yeah,
hell of a writer.
All these guys, Lou Dix. It was just Dr. Purvey and the Free Clinic Singers. I'll never forget them.
But okay, so that was the 80s. But the question I want to know is, what drove you? Why did you think you had it to move from Cleveland to LA? Even think you had it at that time?
Because I came up at a time when comedy was really booming, and it was like I did amateur nights for a while, and then I got a chance to MC, and this guy Jeff Snyder from one of the first original Funny Bones. They had just opened. The first one was in St. Louis. The second one was in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
He came and saw me, and he said he wanted me to feature. So I didn't MC on the road. I went straight to feature, and I went. The brother from Cleveland, Jimmy Malone, he took me in as his feature. I went in and I just started off on all of their clubs. So it was like St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Knoxville, Milwaukee. They were blowing up, and these clubs were brand new.
But hold on, you had to have something, because let me tell you, I came up in D.C. with a lot of good comics at the Comedy Club in the mid '80s.
Yeah.
And we weren't working with features. We had to really stay a long time. So either you were around when there weren't that many comedians around Cleveland area, or you were just a badass dude that them dudes took you. I know you're probably gonna pick a second.
Well, I like to think that.
Right, the second half.
I like to think it was a little something to it, man. I had a joke or two.
But damn, to work as a feature pretty quickly.
Yeah, man.
That don't happen all the time.
I know, but it was like I said, it was at the right time when they just needed comics, and like I said, Funny Bones were opening up like every week. It was a new club, so I was doing like 40 weeks a year, man, just going back and forth to all these clubs, Pittsburgh, back and forth, St. Louis. So and it was like it was getting good response, so it was all good.
Wow. As I looked at your whole bio, man, you've had a lot of life-changing events, to say the least.
I had a few.
Right.
Had a few.
I said a few. Damn, a few.
Had a couple things. Yeah.
You had a lot. You had a lot.
Couple things.
Let me say this. All right. So when you go to LA, do you have a day job first, or you start working right there?
I had a temp job. I got a temp job, and I just bouncing around. And then I got into my temp job. Took me to Texaco. The corporate headquarters was in the Universal building, Universal City. And the people there were so cool. They said, "Oh, we know you do comedy, so just let us know when you're going on the road, and we'll let you out. But when you come back, you had your job here." So I had like a regular job for some good money when I was in town, and I could do the road. So the people at Texaco hooked me up, man. So that enabled me to get out on the road, and then by like maybe 88, 89, I just started doing the road all the time.
Man, that's pretty cool, because it's funny, I forgot what job he had, but Arnez J was in the same situation where he could leave and come back, and they let him have his job.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's kind of dope. Yeah. All right, so you get to LA, Because I ran into you in Atlanta at the Atlanta Uptown,
Yeah.
No, was it
Comedy Act,
Comedy
yeah.
Act, my
Yeah.
bad, Comedy Act. Okay, so did Michael Williams, shout out to Michael Williams, who ran the the Comedy Act Theater,
Yeah.
he saw you in L.A.,
Yeah.
and that's when he sent you to the condo or the comedy club.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when I ran into you.
And they was bringing everybody out from LA there, plus all of the local Atlanta people, that Arnez and Angie and all these other people. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, when I saw you, I come in the room, there's a condo, we have a condo in Midtown Atlanta, and those who know Midtown, it's a different place.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with that. For those who know Midtown Atlanta, it's a different place. So we had the condo. I remember being in the condo, and I had to sleep on a day bed because he only had a one bedroom.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Williams, 2 comedians in a one bedroom, 2
One
grown ass
bedroom.
men
Yeah.
in a one bed. And since you was the headliner, you got the bedroom.
Yeah.
I got the big ass
You got
day
the couch,
bed.
yeah.
It was a day bed. You know what a day bed is and shit?
Yeah.
That damn look like I look like, what do you call it, a crib for a kid, a grown up and stuff. All right, so I remember running into you, I'm seeing you, we sat there, you were kind of quiet, and I've noticed that about your personality.
Yeah.
You're what's called an introvert, I would
Yeah,
say more or
pretty
less.
much,
You
yeah.
treat yourself. Some people could read it wrong, could think that maybe, you're standoffish or you're not pleasant to be around or whatever. Well, I'm saying that when people are quiet,
But
they think
I'm just quiet. Like my mom didn't believe that I was doing stand-up because I didn't tell nobody. It was just something that I just did on the lark, man. But my mom said, "Well, you can't be a stand-up because you don't talk." Because it's like I never said that much. So it was just one of those things. When I get on stage, I can express myself. But off the stage, I'm cool. I'm not one of them comics that got to be on all the time.
Right.
Other people do that. I sit and
That's not your
cut. You
thing.
might not know what I do. So I'm good.
Well, it's funny you say that because so I remember meeting you and I was like, okay, you're cool. You know how you do the pleasantries. This is early 90s, so no one's famous, We all just trying to meet each other. Hey, how you doing? I was happy it wasn't a white dude. I would have had nothing in common with, but it was a black comedy club, the Comedy Act Theater. Shout out, like I said, to Michael Williams. And we're sitting there talking, and I remember seeing you perform. You were good. You were at that time, you were very well. I remember one joke that stood out all the time. I'm seeing how you got in the elevator, and somebody had on a costume, and the boy said ninja or shoes or something, and the mother thought he said something else, and you were like, no, I remember that joke?
Yeah, it was. That was like one of those jokes that I did on Tonight Show that worked out really well, man, because it was. I was in Hawaii, and gosh, I remember that so long ago, man. Yeah, get on the elevator and press the button, and there's a little white family there. The little boy, he had on. These
Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, Ninja Turtle shoes.
Right,
and I said, hey, my man, what's on your shoe?
Right.
And he said, ninja.
Right.
And I said, what?
Right.
And his parents was like, they thought that I thought that he said the N-word,
Right,
man.
right,
so
right,
they was like, no, don't kill him, black man. He's our only son.
Right,
so,
right. That was funny. That was
Yeah.
funny. So I remember that. I remember we had a good weekend. I remember talking to you now, because I don't know.
Chris Charles was there that
Oh, yeah, Chris Charles.
It was
He
Chris
used to be the regular host there.
Yep,
I don't
Chris
know where
was always
Chris
there,
Charles
yep.
at. But I remember you telling me a story, and tell me if it's right. Either you were on your way there and you sat next to a guy named Bud Freeman who runs the Improv on a plane. I'm going to tell you the story I know, and then you clean it up.
Yeah.
On a plane, and you found he was a comedian, and he said he had like some kind of competition going on, and you said, you lived in LA, but you were coming to Atlanta, so he said, why don't you do the Atlanta version?
Right.
You did the Atlanta version, you won, and they're supposed to send you to LA, but you lived in LA, so you're going right back to fucking home,
Yeah.
and you went on there and you won that. Now, what am I getting right or getting wrong?
That's basically what happened. What happened, I was on with Rory, remember Rory Flynn?
Oh, yeah. Shout
Rory
out to
Flynn, shout out, because
Rory,
that
yeah.
dude, he set me up. Because I had did an audition for Bud Freeman earlier, didn't go well. So I saw him, when we got to Atlanta, we was at the baggage claim, and I said, Roy said, that's Bud. And I'm like, man, I should talk to him. And he was like, man, go ahead, man, go on over there. Because, I was all nervous and stuff. So I went over and said, yo, Mr. Freeman, I auditioned for you. It didn't go well, but I'd like to, I'm a lot better now, and I'd like to do it again. He said, well, if you got the time, I'm here doing this Johnny Walker comedy search. Come on down tonight, and I'll take a look at you then. So I went down. I think I did my set at the comedy theater, and then jetted over there, did the competition, ended up winning it.
Right.
And then they sent me, we did LA, and I won the LA version, which was the big thing. Got 25 grand. Broke as I was. 25
Did you
grand.
give Roy half
20? No, I ain't give Roy nothing, but I owe him. But much love to you, brother. Much love. You put this together, man.
Right.
But And I did that, and then the same night, Jim McCauley, the talent coordinator for the Tonight Show, was in the audience, and he came up to me and he said, "Some of that stuff you can do, some of it you can't do. Come to the set tomorrow, and we'll put your set together because you got the Tonight Show." Just like that, out of the blue, man. It was the craziest night of my life, dude.
Think about that. You know how hard it is for people to get on Johnny. Back then, there wasn't that many outlets. There was Poor Def Comedy Jam and Comedy View and all that other stuff.
Remember none of that. It was none of that.
There was no. It's like black people. Maybe, like I said, the Tonight Show, and I don't know where else you could have went.
Tonight Show, David Letterman was starting to hit,
okay.
And it was like daytime shows.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
So to get those is the bomb story. So I hear then you go to the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
You do the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And you got to do something that very few get, and when they get it, I heard it's on. Johnny and them ask you to come sit with him.
Yeah.
Usually Johnny will wave at your ass like, "Yeah, good luck, peace out."
Yeah.
But if you get to sit and talk to him for a second,
that was it.
I heard So then you sat with him. What happened when you sat with him?
I lost my mind, man, because it's like that's not supposed to happen.
Exactly.
The first time on there, it's only been like a few people that have done it the first time and get called over to the couch. And it was at the right time for me. My whole life has been, as far as comedy, has been the right time. Mm-hmm. Mr. Carson was getting ready to leave, and he loved comics. So any comic that he really liked, he wanted to give him that platform.
Sure.
So I did it in June. Drew Carey did it in August, and it was a bunch of comics that he did. So I went over there and I just sat in the chair, and I didn't know. I was just babbling. I didn't know what to say, man. It was just amazing. So he asked me if I had an agent. And I said, "No, I'm looking for a representation as we speak." Mm-hmm. And he laughed. He said, "Well, you'll have it soon." And he called me to his office the next day, and he had 2 typewritten pages of agents and managers that wanted to meet with me.
No, sir.
Because he said I was funny.
Sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. That was it. So, right
Life
time.
changing.
Man, right time, man. Just right place, right time.
Okay, so you get an agent, manager and an agent, maybe both
I
of them.
got Dolores Robinson, Holly Robinson's mama. Shout out to Mama D. Mama D, signed with William Morris.
Let me ask you a question, because I shout out to Dolores Robinson for real. Why did you choose a black female? I'm quite sure you had everybody asking.
Because she was mama, man. She just came in and she just took over, and you just knew. I met with her one time, and I was like, "Oh, that's my manager." That
really?
was it. So I picked her. I met with her one time. As soon as I met with her, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is it."
Wow.
Because it was just a vibe, and she was always in my corner. Love her to death. Still talk to her every Sunday. That's Mother's Day. That's my girl.
Really nice. So what were some of the things that you wound up doing right after that? Like, did you work at certain places?
Oh yeah, I started. Actually, when I did the Tonight Show, I was still featuring. So when I did that
feature me here at 30 minutes.
Yeah, Tight 20. That was my nickname, Tight 20.
Right,
Sometimes it's like when we're doing 3 shows, like, look, we need a Tight 20. That was my nickname,
right,
Tight 20. So I had about a half hour of stuff, and once I got the Tonight Show, then they wanted me to headline, and I was like, I'd never headlined before.
Right.
So now I was throwing all kind of stuff together. I just writing like crazy, and everything worked out. I got up to like 45 tight minutes, and that was good enough to get on the road.
As a comic, you had to be fearful, man, the first time you start headlining, because I was. You're like, where you from? Man? What you got on? Man, y'all two together?
Plus you're getting all this money. I mean, you getting big. It's big difference between Tonight Show headliner and feature act. So it was big dough. But gradually I just got into it. Now my agents were sending me all over the country, so I'm getting a chance to work all these clubs. And when you had, that was at the time when you had that credit, the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Oh man, the doors just opened, so people just assumed you was funny.
Right.
It was a lot easier that way.
I don't think people realize what that meant at that time.
It was big, yeah.
I mean, we look back now, people are like, man, Tonight Show. When that's the only thing, and he calls you over.
That was it.
That was, again, it was huge for a black comedian too.
Yeah.
It probably ain't but about a handful of them in 4 or 5 years got pulled over to him. Damn near did the show. Yeah. Let's be real. Let's be honest.
True. It wasn't a lot. Yeah.
And for a feature to be put on that, and now it's the roller coaster rolling is is going crazy, man.
And that was it. And then I was on the road. I started doing pilots. I did a couple pilots. I did one with Marshall Warfield. I did one with Margaret Cho.
Wow.
None of it got picked up. Clinton, Eddie Murphy's people. Clint and oh God.
Ray Murphy?
Eddie Murphy's, it was Clint and, I forget. Anyway, they was produced, it was Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, and we had a part. Anyway, it didn't get picked up.
Right.
But I got a chance to get out there and do some things. So that was 92. 93, they called me to read for Living Single.
Right.
That was it.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Shout out to the creator of that, Yvette Lee Bowser, sister, you know.
Why Vet? That's my girl.
Not Yvette, it's Wyatt?
Well, I call her Yvette.
Oh,
That's
okay,
my baby,
well, okay, my bad. So, shout out to her and her husband Kyle.
Yeah.
They were a good-looking couple too. They never called me in for anything, but it's okay though. Kyle's a manager, so I mean, we look like twins. We look like twins. I couldn't even call in, but no. All right, so this is the game changer right here. Okay.
Yeah.
You go in because it's funny. I was working with Kim Fields on a little pilot we were working on together. Pilot is a little show you put together, an episode of something to sell to someone to get picked up to do the rest of them, for those who don't know what a pilot is. Me and her were doing something, and we were talking, and she said, yeah, I'm doing a show, I just read for a show where it's me and three other girls, whatever, we're like, but she said it was something else. She said it was kind of like a younger version, I think Golden Girls.
Golden Girls, yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
She said that, and I said, oh, okay. She said, yeah, Queen Latifah's on. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And we're working on that. But, we're doing our pilot, so she's not sure that thing's going to take off.
Right.
She's doing one with me. I said, okay, cool, good, whatever, good luck, whatever. And then, boom, want to be living single.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and excuse me, I don't know everybody's character's name, but it was Queen Latifah was on it, and she played Khadijah.
Yeah.
Then it was Kim Fields. That
was Regine.
Mm-hmm. Then it was what's the Alexander?
Erica. That was Max. Max. Yeah.
Max. Then we got your girl Kim Coles.
Sinclair.
She played Sinclair. Then what's the guy's name?
TC was Kyle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And screw you in the comments. Nigga, you should know everybody's name. That's
all right, but I know him. I remember
right.
him,
So,
yeah.
so
I'm kind of familiar with him, so we good.
Okay, that's why you here.
Yeah, that's
we
why I'm
interview
here,
me. We interview you. Okay, damn that. I got some petty people in the comments, but
Yeah.
okay. So with that being said, honestly, when you did the pilot, did you know it was gonna take off?
I hoped it would. I mean,
Okay.
it was like this was my first acting gig, so just the fact that I got through it and I didn't mess up, and we got the lines together. But I know the reaction from the crowd was pretty good.
Because you did live taping.
Yeah, we did live taping.
Right, back then.
And it's like for a pilot, to get that much energy, I'm like, well, it might be something here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got picked up, that first we did the first couple shows, and then when it aired. That the first time that the pilot aired,
right.
And when we went back to shoot that next show, the audience was it was bananas. I was like, oh man,
Right.
We just blew everybody away.
Because isn't it like night and day from when you filmed it to when it aired?
Yeah.
And then you out in the streets.
Yeah. And then
people like, oh my God,
and people just looking, and everybody started looking at you and stuff. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I was a little cuter because I had a job. I got a job. I was a little cuter. They were screaming and hollering and stuff, and I'm like, I'm the same brother last week. But okay.
I had to go back a little bit, but let me ask you, why didn't you do Def Jam and BET and all that? Why didn't you do that?
I didn't do that because I was pretty much doing the.
White room.
Doing
White
the
circuit.
regular, I was doing like the funny bones and the improvs and stuff. And the Def Jam, I was they didn't get like I was with William Morris, so they weren't pushing me that way. It was like it was a lot of underground comics and a lot of. But like I said, I had been working at the Comedy Act Theater, so I could do that.
Right.
But my agents were pushing me in a different direction.
Did you not want to do it? Or did you want to? They said no.
I didn't have a problem with doing it, but it was like. Some of the stuff that they would. I mean, it was just rougher than what I was doing. I was trying to, because my
mainstream.
Thing is, I was trying to be mainstream because, like, if you get a good set, the thing is, at that time you wanted to do the Tonight Show and stuff like that. So your stuff had to be clean. It wasn't so much, just being out there and doing that. So I had no problem with it, but my agents were just steering me in a different direction.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering why you did that. Okay. So and you didn't have to. You skipped over us and went to the bigger thing, which I ain't mad at you, brother.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're doing in living single.
Yeah.
The chemistry seems beautiful, man. It seemed like it just worked, and I think that's what. And it was a time that we needed a sitcom like that. To me, I felt like we needed, one of, because I think what's name kind of ushered out a little bit. Different World had moved over.
Different World. No, I think they were like the last season, year. Right. Yvette left there to come over there, so they might have had a season or two left. Yeah.
So it was because you came up with, I guess I would say more Martin-ish. You know what I'm saying? Around the same time.
It was Martin. Yeah, we had the power lineup. We had Martin and then us. And that's how we started. Started on Sunday night, then they switched us to Thursday.
I remember.
We always had good numbers.
So I'm gonna name out some people. First of all, I didn't even realize where's my list. I couldn't even believe how many. Where's the damn list I had? Okay, I don't know what the hell, but you damn near had everybody come through that show in the 4 years y'all had it. When I say everybody. A lot of celebrities came through and did something. They played themselves or played a little role. People you wouldn't realize. I'm just going to name a minute amount of people. Shaka Khan came through.
Yes,
Brian
indeed.
McKnight came through.
Yep.
Antonio Fargas, Huggy
Played
Bear,
my dad.
came
He
through.
played my dad.
CC Pounder, hell of an actress.
Yes, that
came
was
through.
Erica's mom. Yeah.
Regina King came through.
That was baby sister. Yeah, she was Khadijah's. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Will Ferrell came through.
Yep, he was on the show. I didn't know him at the time,
Okay, right.
and I wasn't in that scene. But
Right.
yeah, they told me later on. It was like he was on there. And
Mark Curry came through.
Mark Curry. Yep.
Deion Sanders,
Yeah.
Q-Tip,
Yep.
our girl Marsha Warfield.
Yes.
All right, so since I named, I couldn't, and that's just a small amount. Look it up, and you'll be surprised
Yeah.
who all came
We
through.
had all kind of people. Jim
All right.
Brown was on there. Heavy D. You know.
Everybody.
All kind of people. Yeah.
So I'm going to name some people, and you tell me what comes to your mind. You know, when they filmed it, when they were filming, you know, on that show. What do you think about? One of your dates. What do you think when you saw? If I say Cree Summer.
Oh my gosh, I love that girl, man. Red, oh my gosh, just beautiful. It was like we had a couple scenes together, and I think I tried to hit on her, but she was.
I ain't mad at you, brother.
You know, it was Cree, it was
yeah.
Red.
It was a long list. It was a long list.
But she had a boyfriend and stuff.
Right.
But it was just like it was just beautiful women on there, and yeah, you just see what's popping.
Right. Maxine's boyfriend, Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, good brother. He's from his family's from Cleveland, so we kind of bonded and stuff because we know the same people. We sort of say we like distant cousins and stuff. So we had a nice little vibe on the show, man. It was just good to see him, and it was good to see the brother just blow up.
Right,
Yeah.
sure,
And he started off with us.
Upstairs neighbor, Morris Chestnut.
Mo Nut. He came up there.
Okay, Mo Nut. Okay.
Mo Nut. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Morris Chestnut.
Thank you.
Morris
I'm
Chestnut.
sure. We in Atlanta, nigga. We in Atlanta, nigga.
Well, you know, I didn't mean. Man, it was just you know, I edit all of that. I ain't mean. I ain't mean nothing to where people scared. You know, it was just like Morris Day. You know, Mo Day. That's all. It was Mo. That's all it did.
Clean it up.
See, now you gonna mess up. Now I'm telling you where it came from, man. See, you trying to get some controversy started, man.
I wouldn't do that.
Not having that. Look, it was just
Mo Nut.
it was just Morris Chestnut. I don't know his middle name, but Morris Chestnut. Okay,
it's D. Morris D. Nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dwayne. Morris D. Nuts.
Man,
okay.
see, now you just
All right,
trying.
my
I
bad.
thought this was nice. I said
It is nice.
but this is a trap. It's a trap interview. It's trap.
You're right.
Anyway, yeah, he came on the show. He had we did a special. It was like a season ending, the first season ending show. A cliffhanger, and once he moved in, then we had this thing to where they asked the audience which one of the girls should go out with Morris Chestnut. Right. So I had this whole thing. I put on the tuxedo and like the last show, and we had the people voting, and they decided. I'm pretty sure it was Khadijah was supposed to go out with him.
Oh, really?
But we had a whole thing to where everybody was voting and stuff to see who was going to go out with Morris.
Nice. All right. Well then. Sinclair had a study partner, Mr. Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
I kind of see why I didn't get to that damn play on there. Too many handsome motherfuckers on that damn show. You know what I mean? So what do you think about So Shamar Moore?
He was a good dude, real cool, and I always liked him because I used to watch soap. So I was watching Young and the Restless. So I loved Drusilla on the show.
Okay.
So that was when he came over, because he was on there, and Christoph St. John was on there as well.
Yep.
And
Rest in peace,
he came over. He came over and did the show, and it was amazing because I watched the show. I got a little jealous because he kissed Sinclair. He kissed Sinclair, and I was like, well, you know, we'll see what's happening. But at that particular time, I watched and I realized what a great actress Kim Coles was, because it was a scene where she kissed him, but you saw like 5 different emotions in that kiss. You know, it's like shock. It was like she enjoyed it. It was shocked that she enjoyed it, and then she had to get him out of there. You know, so she was doing a lot of acting with her eyes because you know she couldn't say nothing because her tongue was down his throat.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they was going
That's
for
jealousy,
it. You know?
jealousy,
I was like,
brother.
yeah, you can get up off the show. They go ahead. We escorted him out the building. Go on, get up. But no, it was so cool working with him. He was a real humble brother, and he came out and did his thing, man.
Nice. All right, your mama, Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight.
Wow.
That was beautiful because she sang on the show, and they asked me who did you want to play your dad. They gave me a choice, your mom and dad. And I said, oh, shoot, if I could get Gladys Knight, that'd be great. And I was like, I always loved Antonio Fargas. I thought he was a great actor, and I was like, I would like that guy to be on the show if I could pick anybody, and that's who we had. So I had Antonio Fargas, I had Gladys Knight, she sung at the end of the show, and everybody just sitting around, and it was just beautiful.
Right.
Man.
That's interesting that you said they even asked you, man, that
Yeah.
that they were willing to. Sometimes these shows, they say what's going to go
They
down.
just do stuff,
right?
yeah.
And for them to even open up, shout out maybe Yvette.
Yvette was so
yeah,
cool, man.
maybe.
She would always ask, "Hey, what do you think about this?" What do you, we were all in it together. I mean, it was her baby,
Right.
but once she picked us, she knew that we knew, what we were doing,
Right.
and she trusted our judgment as well. So
That's great, man,
yeah.
because people don't normally do that, man. I'm gonna be
No.
honest with you. A lot of times producers don't do that.
No.
They think of money instead of feeling who you be comfortable with. Because see, once you pick that person in your mind, you have a feeling toward that person anyway.
Yeah.
So Gladys Knight, you had a feeling towards
Oh,
Antonio
I always
Farr,
loved
so you're gonna
Midnight
act
Train in
differently.
Georgia.
Wow.
Just I loved her.
So let's get into the relationship with you and Miss Kim Coles. You know what I'm saying? It seemed natural, you know.
Yeah.
It really did. It seemed like y'all had a chemistry.
Oh,
Was that a chemistry you really had at first, or y'all good actors made it work?
It was easy. It wasn't acting at all. I love Kim Coles from the beginning. I saw her. She was on Showtime at the Apollo, and she was the first comic I saw that was funny and gorgeous. So I just followed her career. When she went to Living Color, watched her on there, and when I had a chance to, my agent said, "Hey," because I always told him I love Kim Coles, love Kim Coles. He said, you got a chance to read for a role, and if you get it, you'll be the boyfriend of Kim Coles. I said, well, I'm getting this role then.
Wow.
So once I got that, then it was on and popping. So I got a chance to work with her, and we had this awkward relationship, so we
Sure.
played it up. So everything just came together. The first kiss, when everybody was cheering for us and stuff. So everybody was in it, and it was just something. Like I said, it was just naturally,
Wow,
a natural type of thing, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants to know, did y'all ever think about going further as a wrestler?
Well,
Come on, John. It's a panic room.
Well,
Come on, nigga.
look here.
I ain't gonna say what you did. Did you think about it? Did you
Look
want
here,
to? Well,
look
okay.
here,
Okay, I get what it is. That's funny. Y'all trailer was right next to it. Y'all
That
was right next to
ain't
each
none of
other,
your
right?
business, man. That ain't nobody's business.
We in the
Look here,
panic
look
room,
here.
John.
It was a beautiful time. I love everybody.
Right,
We
of course
family.
you do, yeah.
Some things happened.
Right,
I
right,
just said, like I told him the last time, things happened on the show.
right.
But we good,
Right,
though.
right.
Yeah,
We
it was
good,
just
we good,
It was
we
a
good.
beautiful family. We all together. We
From West
love each
Virginia.
other.
Families get together from West Virginia, a little closer than anywhere else, my brother.
It
Okay, y'all
was
from
a
West Virginia?
dysfunctional family,
Hell
brother.
yeah.
We was family, though. And there you go. We just leave it at that. That ain't nobody's business.
Right. So let me ask you. So y'all still stay in touch to this day?
Oh yeah, just
Y'all
saw
do?
her a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because I feel like she got typecasted though, man, as being a little bit ditzy. Because I didn't really see her in anything else, and they thought, she played it so well.
Yeah,
funny.
but the thing is, she's so talented. She can play all these different characters. So I mean, anything that she get cast for, she could pull off. But that's the role that just stuck.
Right.
Maybe stuck with her, but she did a lot of stuff after that. I mean,
I don't remember. Okay, because what happens?
She was always doing guest spots. I mean, she didn't get another. She had a show with Gina Davis. She did a couple other things afterwards. Yeah. So she was always working, but
Right.
she would do like a guest spot on here. But as far as having her own show, she didn't.
Right,
But
right.
She was always working though.
Well, I can see that,
Yeah.
but I just feel like she deserved, because I think she's a really good actress.
Yeah.
And I hate when somebody is known, like just thinking they're that person only. You know what I'm saying? And only can do that. And remember, even cast directors don't even bring you in sometimes because they don't know if your range. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's been a disservice to her. I think she's really, really good. Because I saw, like, even Erica Alexander, she was funny in, what was that movie she did? Well, remember she played a cop and sitting in the back, they were laughing because somebody was coming in. Was that Get Out? That wasn't Get Out. It was something like a Get Out.
I forget. Yeah, she was in a couple movies.
Yeah,
she did
yeah.
Street Times.
Right.
She did a couple series
Right.
like on Showtime.
She
and
gotta
stuff.
show her
Erica,
range.
Yeah, that's a talented woman.
Right.
She
Well, the
can
whole
pick up a
cast.
glass of water and make you laugh. That
Yeah.
girl was good.
Right.
That's my baby. I love baby sister.
Right.
Yeah.
That whole cast. And I think a lot of people were wanting you and Kim to have a spinoff.
It would have been nice.
Yeah.
It would have been nice when they shut everything down. I mean, people still talking about it. We go out, we do a few dates together. Always get a great response. People like the chemistry between us, and it would have been nice if they could have did that, because I didn't like the way the show ended. Because we ended like halfway through the season. They didn't let us do the whole season, but it was beneficial to me because by us being out early, I got a chance to read for DL's new sitcom. So
Right,
I went
right.
right from Living Single straight into DL's show, The Hughleys.
Right. Well, here's a couple fan questions. I'm glad you asked about the show, because everyone wants to know about the show. One of the fan questions were you surprised when T.C. Carson was fired from Living Single?
Yeah, I was surprised because I didn't know what was happening. Obviously, it was something happening behind the scenes I wasn't really privy to, but it was the thing to where Kim Coles, Sinclair and Overton had gotten married, so it wasn't going to be that dynamic of us being the roommates anymore.
Right.
So I don't know how everything went down, if they made some moves, because Kim Fields didn't do a lot of shows afterward. It was just some changes that they made, but that last season was just it was just really weird.
Right.
We didn't do the whole thing, but it was weird. People in and out and not there all the time. So and unfortunately, that was our last season.
Right.
And it was a weird one, but we got through.
Did all y'all know it was about to, it was ending?
No, man. We thought we were number one. We were the number one black show. Even when they stopped us, and I think we finished up in December. Even when they showed our reruns for the rest of the season, our reruns were still number one. So we were just as popular. We just knew somebody was gonna come in, or different networks.
Right.
Somebody was going to say the show because it's a good show. We still number one. Who lets go of that? Except for the brilliant people at Warner Brothers.
Right. Did you ever get a reason to find out why?
No, they don't have to tell you why.
Really?
Nah.
Like how does the show? You just get a phone call and say don't come in Monday?
They just said no. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. We knew it was the last show. I don't know how they told us. I don't even remember. That was a very difficult time in my life.
Understood.
Very cloudy judgment,
right.
all kind of stuff. But yeah, we knew it was the last show, and because I remember I said something and made Kim Coles cry, and I felt bad about that because it was just weird leaving everything because we had created a nice little thing there, man. Like I said, we're still number one, and we about to wrap this up. Why? Everybody was just hurt,
Right. And then you got to answer to people on the street. Why did y'all break out? And you don't even know the answer, and you feel kind of weird.
No idea. I have no idea. But at the same time, like I said, I got a chance to read for DL's show because of that.
Right.
Because by us being off early, got a chance to read for him and got that and kept it moving.
Right. So you didn't really have a plan B because you didn't know, and you stumbled into another plan.
Yeah.
Another life-changing situation.
Yeah.
But now let me ask you. Okay, so yeah, that was heavy, man, because that hurt a lot of people, man. They loved that show.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I mentioned that you were coming in the last couple hours, if I got you, they were like, oh my God, you got him. Oh my, ask him this. Ask him. It's all about, of course, living single. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It was all wrapped around that. Yeah, I just felt. And what was Kyle? What have you talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him. This morning. Yeah, he's coming out to the show tomorrow.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. He lives here?
Yeah, we keep in touch. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we keep in touch, man. Keep in touch. We got the group text. So if anything happens, we just all get on and we just start texting each other.
That's dope,
so,
man.
So yeah, we still keep in touch, man.
That's dope because let me tell you, there's some things people don't keep in touch. Once this thing's over,
sure.
Everybody passes. And stuff.
But that was, like I said, we like just
family.
It was family, man. Dysfunctional, but a family, just the same.
That's great. That's great. Now let me ask you. That's when you got in the car accident between the two jobs, right?
Yeah, no, I had the car accident. I was on the Hughleys. That was on
the Hughleys,
like our third season or something. It was 2000.
Okay,
like our third season.
Right, 2000.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you. So with the DL, so you went over there on DL show.
Yeah.
I had Teddy Carpenter here, comedian, and the DL called me, and DL said that Teddy did a really good reading. It was people were looking into him too as his friend and stuff, and for whatever reason it didn't work out. You slid in and got the part. I think Chris Rock produced it. Maybe don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
He's
the
producer, right? He's one of the producers of it. There again, you got slippery shoes. You fall into good shit. Okay, what the hell is happening?
Life changing.
Slide right into something. Boop,
timing,
bop,
man.
bop, bop.
It was like timing.
Right.
Just went on into it. Yeah.
And then you did. And DL was kind of new to sitcom acting, doing a thing like that.
Yeah, I think he had did something before, but his primary thing, is all about doing the stand-up. So.
Were you able to help him because it's him being new to this thing?
No. We had great acting coach. We had Mary Lou Belli. She was a great acting coach, So she and Dee had been studying with her regularly,
Okay.
So he was always trying to up his game because, like I said, it was his first show. So and he's got all of the lines and stuff. So we had all kind of people. This girl Dana. We had 3 or 4 my boy Danny Moore was there. We had different acting coaches on the set to help us through it, because like I said, it was something different from what I had done. So I needed acting coaches as well. So and he had them, and we put it together.
Yeah, shout out to Elise Neal.
Elise Neal,
She
yes.
been my girlfriend in How to Be a Player. Shout out, great actress, another great actress.
Oh God,
fabulous. So y'all did what, 3 or 4 seasons of that show?
We did 4. Four seasons, I think. I know we got the syndication, so we must have did 4. Might have did 5. Let's see, 2000. Let's see, carry the 4. Show you. 4, 5.
Damn,
we went to syndication.
All right.
All I know is we got syndication.
So look at that bank account. That thing was fat in the month. It was fat. 2 shows that went in syndication.
2 shows.
Because one thing was syndication too, right?
2, both of them in syndication.
Fat.
Yeah. But
pockets on swole. Damn it, you don't want to talk about it. Swole.
We do the best we can.
Okay.
What we got, doing the best we can.
All right. So let me get into the please let me get into the accident, man, because you bought a Nissan NX. I was jealous.
Oh, Acura NSX.
Baby. Acura,
yeah.
Nissan Acura, right? NSX,
Acura
right.
NSX.
The little small, Ferrari looking car, right?
Oh,
fast
car.
too, brother. Fast.
Yeah, fast car.
So what I'm hearing is you left a rap party, or was that what it was? Am I mistaken?
We had a party. We had switched from we were on ABC. The Hughleys was originally on ABC, and we switched from ABC to UPN, the Underpaid Negro Network.
Ooh, don't do
and
that.
we went there.
You pick a nigga.
We were Underpaid Negro. I said Negro. And so we went over there, and they had this big party for us, and it was free liquor. And I was, I don't know, it was one of those just kind of cloudy nights for me, man. I don't know, but I drank a lot, and I went to my dressing room, and I said I was going to sleep there. Because we went from the party, limo took us back to the dressing room, and I said, I'm going to sleep here.
Right.
And then my boy called up. And I laid down. I was just gonna sleep and just get up and do the rest.
Because
of the
you
thing.
knew you were drunk. I mean,
yeah, I knew I was drunk. I knew
Okay.
it was no reason for me to get out. But turns out my boy called and said that our dealer, our coke dealer, had some. And I was fresh out. I was fresh out. Just so happened I was fresh out. Yeah. So I didn't drive, but my habit decided to drive.
Hell no. He said your habit.
My habit. I didn't drive. I had no idea. I was asleep. I was still asleep. I don't remember none of it. But I got in the car and I ended up hitting the wall at 140 miles an hour. It's a speedy car, but it can take a punch because I came up out of there.
Yeah, but damn, man. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I was all out of control, man. It was just a mess.
That thing is, you said 140 miles an hour?
Took them 4 hours to cut me out the car.
No, sir.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Sir.
And the reason why I know that is because I had to do a community service afterwards because I was drunk, of course. And I had to do community service. And my community service supervisor was working that night. And he said, you cost me $100. I was like, what? He said, because I bet this dude ain't no way in hell nobody gonna come out of that car alive. And he said, it was 4 hours they took to cut you out that car. Yep.
And you had to do community service?
Yeah.
Let me get into it. We gonna keep it 100. You don't lose no eye, nigga, and got to do some community service. That's community service right there.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
But that was on me, man. You know, so I had to pay restitution because I hit another car.
Oh shit! Okay.
I hit another car.
Oh,
I had to buy him a new car. So I had to do that and court costs and all kind of stuff, and I had to do community service. But it was cool though, because my boy hooked me up, so I didn't, you know. So
what do you? Okay, so you remember getting in your car? You remember that at all?
No, I don't remember nothing.
Are you serious, man?
I don't remember nothing.
And how far from?
Because the police came. I'm in my hospital bed, man. I went to Cedar Sinai. I'm in the hospital bed, and the police come and they asking questions. I'm like, dude, I can't help you. I have no idea how I even got here, man. I don't know nothing.
How far from the place you started to the crash you think at time? A 5-minute drive, 10 minutes? You know,
about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, because I went down Highland.
Yep.
Because we were in Hollywood and Cahuenga. I went down to Highland by the I went past the Hollywood Bowl.
Right.
I got on the 101 and I went through a fence and I hit some rocks right a little bit past the Hollywood Bowl on off Highland, man. And so that was it.
Yeah, you're really lucky to be here, bro.
Man, I'm
that
blessed.
car is small.
You know, God put me up out that car, man.
Yeah,
Believe that. No,
yeah.
ain't no luck. Luck is 7 and 11, blackjack, but no, ain't no luck here. So
let me ask you something. Okay, when you wake up, you're missing an eye. You can't see on one side. What does that go through your mind at that point? What do you even go through?
It was. I felt so bad because my mom and dad, they get on the flight to come out and they don't know if I'm alive or dead because, like I said, that first night, man, they didn't think I was gonna make it. So they get there, and I just felt so bad. Like I wake up and I was in a coma for like 2-3 days. Accident happened on a Thursday. I woke up on Sunday, and I get up on Sunday and I see Mom, she crying, my dad, Queen Latifah, DL, all my people around. I'm like, oh man, and I don't know why I'm there. I don't know what happened, and I'm just piecing things together, And for a while, I had no idea why I got in the car. I didn't know if I was trying to take myself out or whatever. And it was later on, my boy called and said, "Oh yeah, well that's what happened." I had no idea about anything. So.
Well, your boy called you to say meet him somewhere.
Yeah. I was gonna go ahead and
meet him somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell us. Okay.
Yeah.
But when did you realize you couldn't see anyone out? When you woke up, you could kind of feel weird?
I didn't realize that until it took a while, man. Because at first I was just so out of it. I didn't really notice it. It was messed up. When you wake up out of a coma, man, you're not really on top of everything. And I didn't realize that until much later. For a long time I thought that it was a patch over my eye. You know, I thought I'd injured it and it was a patch over there. I didn't know that, it had popped out of my head. They had to put it back in and all that stuff, man. Yeah.
Wow. So you're laying there. So you said much later, like a week later, 2 weeks, a month later, like 6 months later. When did you realize? Did the doctor come and say, "Look, bro, you're missing your eye now"?
No, it was about a week or two later, and then I realized, and then I went to the doctor, and that messed me up because I went to a doctor and. To see if it could be repaired or if there was anything that could be done, and I couldn't see anything out of there. And the doctor said, well, he was mad. Like, why did they send me over here? Because this guy can't see anything. So that really messed me up. But it's like, hey, I'm still here, and it's all on me. So
I respect that. I respect that. But still, from the human toll, to lose something you've had for all your life, I'm glad you can sit here now and say, hey, it is what it is. But at that moment, I'm just sitting here thinking, when you're missing something like that, do you feel like you're not the same man that you always been? You think you're half a man?
It was a weird feeling, no doubt. It was a weird feeling, but at the same time, I was just blessed to still be here, man. It's like, because they wouldn't show me pictures of the car and how bad it was, because they said that would just traumatize them. So when you come out of something like that, and you still alive, it's like, okay, I lost that, but I'm still here. They put my face back together because, like, when the accident first happened, my manager now, Wendy, shout out to Wendy Zock. She always takes care of me. She was my publicist at the time, and my face was so messed up. She came into the hospital and she gave the doctors a picture, and she said, "This is what he's supposed to look like."
I can't tell nothing besides your eye.
I had good doctors. I was
That's your face? That's still your face?
It's still me. It's still me. I think so.
Face
it's still me.
I don't see nothing.
Face off or something. They cut a face off of somebody else to put this back on.
Man, get Denzel his face back, man.
This is my beautiful face. My beautiful face. I'm still pretty. I'm still pretty. Shut up. I just went Little Richard on you. But it was amazing that they put everything together. We had good plastic surgeons. Shouts out to all of the people at Cedars-Sinai. Much love. Y'all kept me going. And I went on back to work as soon as I could because I felt so bad by being drunk and doing something stupid like that, man. And you don't want to put the show in jeopardy, man. So I went back to work within like about a month and a half.
What?
Yeah. I had 2 walking casts on because I broke both my legs.
Yeah.
Right? So I had walking casts on. I had to put the glasses on because my eye was messed up.
Right.
Put 2 walking casts on, and they had all my scenes I was sitting down. But it was like one scene where I was getting up, and they said they run out, and I actually ran, and everybody on the set was just panicking. I'm like, I'm good.
Really?
But it was I just had to get back because I had hurt so many people. People's livelihoods was on the line, man. You can't mess up like that.
Now, because you were already on the show, but let me ask you, do you think that accident hurt your career? From the way you were rolling?
Well, I mean, when you look different, people looked at it a little different. I don't know if me just not giving a good audition again. I think if I had like a great audition, I would have got it. But it was something in the back of a lot of people's minds, But I did a few other shows, So it was cool. But something like that will, people might not want to take a chance on you,
Wow.
when you mess up that bad. So.
But I wonder because if I remember you wore like tinted shades, a little bit tinted.
Yeah.
If you had tinted shades, I can still see, but I can't really see I know the eyes are probably the soul of who you are. But
that's a big part of acting, man. It's your eyes, and that's a big part. You can do a lot with your eyes, man.
But shit, motherfucker, what is it, Forrest Whitaker? There's a couple of people in there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
their eyes is a little twisted up, motherfucker. They still working.
But that was something that was there all the time. you know.
man.
And see me, that was something new. So
That's what I'm
anyway,
saying.
I don't know. It probably did, but I'd say more than anything, I just didn't have good auditions after that. My head wasn't right.
I was about to say
my head wasn't
self-esteem
right.
and stuff like
Man,
that. Yeah.
no, my head wasn't right after that,
Right.
man.
Did people treat you differently after? I mean, just not even just in the show business, but just totally different. Just people like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't be more sensitive with you and not want to hang out with you or party with you as much. Like,
No, I wasn't hanging out with people anyway. I was pretty much to myself, man.
Right.
So it wasn't. And after that happened, I definitely didn't come out the house. I went out the house to do some work and gone home, and then right after I was rehabbing. That next year, 9/11, and then we didn't nobody leave then.
Right.
So I pretty much just stayed on in, man.
Right. Yeah. So you say you've auditioned for more stuff, for more movies and stuff. And then I always like to ask this question. Some people don't like to answer it. I don't mind. But is there something you auditioned for that you didn't get that you like, damn, like we're close, like something that you want came out? Oh man, so people can say like, I could see, not Overton, but John.
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't. It was nothing that I was really up for. That like I said, I just did a couple bit parts, but it was not a lot of series that I read for. Read for some stuff recently that didn't. I would have liked to get Tracy Morgan's show that he had on TBS as his the mom's boyfriend.
Okay.
I got a chance to read for that, but like I said,
sure.
obviously it wasn't
meant for you.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice to have, but like I said, the audition wasn't strong enough.
Do you feel you're back to where you were as far as confidence and auditioning and saying, hey, I'm
confidence, yeah, but just the fact that I haven't done it that much, it's all about repetition, man. So the more you do it, and like now I'm in Cleveland, so I don't have my acting coach, Danny Moore. Danny Moore, we would go over stuff and we would go over these scripts over and over again, and I was sure enough ready to do it then. But now, you do it yourself and you putting it on tape, you're taping off your phone or you're doing a Zoom meeting, and it's all on you. It's not the same. I don't have acting coach.
No, sure, I get that.
Without Danny or Mary Lou or somebody to really run lines and tweak everything.
Right. Now I remember, not touring, but went out with you a couple of times. Remember we did Indianapolis one time, a theater, either the Marat or the Madam C.J. Walker. I remember we were together, and you had a fun with you then. You had some smoke with you that night.
A few people. I met some people in my life.
Now some people. This was more than some people. This was a model from, I don't know, where the hell. Remember that? She might be Indian or something. I don't know. She was
no, she was, oh, God. See, now you.
Making you cry about it? You making you think about it? Making you
no,
cry about it?
It's my allergies, man. I ain't crying about nothing, man. If I ain't crying about the accident, I ain't crying about that, man.
Right.
No, it was, oh, gosh, she was from Oman. She was
Nigga, I knew it wasn't from Cleveland. She wasn't from Cleveland, okay?
No, she's from Detroit, man. Get out of here, man.
All right.
It was just a little jazzy girl from Detroit, man.
Right, from Oman.
But that was my girl, man. We hung out, and that was a beautiful thing.
Right. Well, now that was before the accident, if I recall.
That was after the accident. No, that was before the accident, because it was like a year. We split up. Right.
Mm-hmm. Now you touched on something we talked about last night, and I want to get into. Did you hit rock bottom at any time?
Well, that accident kind of knocked me down. It didn't stop me.
Right.
Because then, like after the accident, I was just in shock that I was still alive. So it kept on going. The thing that helped me, it was like primarily God, my daughter, and Steve Harvey. Steve used to come on to the set at Living Single. Anytime I was messing up, because I was always messing up, and it was somebody that would call Steve because they know I listened to. That's my big brother, right? And so he would come. He would always talk to me, and I didn't react to it at that time, but I always remember what he said. And he would always. He was just such a good brother. I love him to death. Shout out to Lo. That's my cat, brother. But he would always come and he would always talk to me. And at the time, I was still out there, but. As it progressed, years later, I remember the stuff that he said, and it's like I put everything together. And then when my daughter got here, that was the big changer right there, because doing drugs is the most selfish thing in the world. It's all about you. But when you got somebody looking up to you, and I said, I never want to let you down. That's my biggest fear. And I said, you the reason why I quit.
Wow, wow.
It was her.
Let me ask you about Steve. So Steve heard you messing up through the chain of behind the scenes.
It was somebody. It was some. I'm trying to figure out who was on there. But he would just show up, and every time he showed up, I started thinking, oh, what did I do now? You know, I did something wrong. But somebody would call him, and he'd come up, and whenever he was on the set, I was like, okay, now I got to act normal, and I got to talk to him and Rushion. You always had Rushion with him.
Right.
And then we talked, but I didn't do it. I didn't take the advice right then, but I thought about it the whole time, and eventually I remember those words that he spoke to me, and I kept it in mind, and I put it together.
And the messing up was drugs. He was like, okay, so he heard you were doing drugs.
Yeah, doing drugs or doing something on the set, you know, being late or leaving early, because I would do some, man.
You left early sometimes.
Panic room.
Wait a minute, relax, brother. That's what we do here.
I'm panicking now, man.
Don't panic. It's a safe space.
I'm saying way too much. I'm saying way too much now.
Nah, it's over. You're a different man today than you were before.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. But it was just a bad time, man, and I hate that I became that person, you know.
And see, that's crazy.
That's the worst, man.
Because drugs don't let you know what you're doing sometimes, right?
That's the thing. That's the worst part about it is, for me, I couldn't forgive myself. You know, because I grew up, my family, all my sisters, everybody good, nobody doing nothing, and I did everything. And it's like I was raised the same way they was raised. There was no reason for this, man. But it happened, and I got out. I ain't had to go to rehab or nothing like that. I just let it go, and then just try to get better. So that's what I'm doing.
Right. Then you said your daughter helped you change, and she's 18 now, though.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going back like 18 years ago, roughly, whatever. Right. You know, when she was young. Were you with her mother? I mean, to make her, you was with her mother. I mean, was y'all together?
Yeah, we was together. It was a long distance relationship,
okay.
But we was together. It was real cool, and everything just like I said. I was still messed up, and the relationship didn't continue. But we always, I figured I would just try to be the best dad I could.
Right.
So I made sure I was there for my baby, and
so we
always good.
So you think drugs contribute to you and her not being together, being a person?
I'm sure. Drugs played a part in every bad move that I ever made in my life, man. You know, it was just a mess, man. Right. But it's like once you get past that, and like I said, our relationship is still cool now, and it was always cool throughout. And I just said I had to focus on taking care of my daughter. So when I put everything down. Then everything got a little better.
How long was she in Cleveland or another state, another city?
Another state in Florida.
Okay, Florida. Okay. So that was that. So you had to fly to see you, or you had to fly to see her. That kind of relationship. Okay, and I make sense, but I want to hear you say it. What makes you say, because of her, I'm not going to do it anymore? That's a strong thing, and nothing else stopped you.
Because I don't. My whole thing was I never want to let my baby girl down. When you got somebody looking up to you, like drugs, like I said, it's a selfish thing. It's all about you. When you got somebody looking up to you and they counting on you for everything, and you got to be there for them. And I said, baby girl, I never want to let you down. And I told her, I said, don't ever do no drugs.
Right.
Because Daddy did enough cocaine for this whole family.
Hell no.
We have reached our quota. Daddy did it all by himself. He did it all.
Or your kilo.
I said, you never have to wonder if you like cocaine. You're my daughter. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. So,
but what's funny is not funny, but like while it takes a person from you, your seed to stop, not your job, not other people on a set that you're relying on you, not the money, not your agent, not yourself.
No.
That something else can tell you, hey man, stop it, because something else.
Something that I never had.
Crazy?
I never had that baby girl before looking up to me, and that was the thing that changed me, man. So it was just one of them things. Wish I'd had a kid sooner, because maybe I could have avoided some stuff.
Right.
But she came right on time, and I let her know. She's a lifesaver.
What kind of relationship do y'all have now? Y'all really close now?
We're still cool. Oh yeah.
You're close. She's 18 now, right?
That's baby girl. She's in college now. So we talk every day. Good. And she's just getting through her freshman year, and we talk all the time. We're getting a lot closer now, because she's getting older. So we're talking about that. So when I told her about this, I started telling her about me and all kind of stuff. So once I told her that, that brought us a lot closer, because she got a chance to meet your crazy daddy, and there you go.
Because sometimes kids can resent you, the parent is away, not understanding why they're away, and then once they find out at a certain age, you gotta let them know. You can't tell them at 6 years old necessarily, Daddy smokes cocaine, good for you, Daddy. But
when they get older,
they
you
understand.
can talk to them. But
that's the beautiful thing.
It was like, I told her, I would always, the thing is, I always told her, I said, Daddy's on the road making, I might not be with you, but Daddy's on the road making money. And I would always get her T-shirts every town I went in. And she said, you always bring in T-shirts. I'm like, yeah, this was the town I was in to make money for you. And I'd have a bunch of T-shirts from every city I went to. So,
wow,
yeah.
wow, that's dope, that's dope. Okay, a couple of years ago, you went back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay, you left Hollywood to go back, I guess Hollywood to come back to Cleveland.
Went back home, yeah.
Went back home. What made you go back home to Cleveland?
Went back home January, about six years ago. My dad was real sick, and my dad just, we were talking one day, and he said, you need to come home. And I said, okay. So my dad had never, he was always, hey, you go do your thing, man, you knock him dead. You know, he was always about me and my career. When my dad said I need to come home, I knew something was up. So went home January, and he died in July. So I got the last 6 months with my dude, and I got a chance to take care of him, look out for him, and you know, that.
It was a feeling that you had?
No.
That means to go home, to come home.
No, when Dad said come home, that's why I went home.
I'm saying it had to be a hell of a feeling because something had triggered to tell you to do that, right?
Yeah, well, like I said, my dad was always about my career, and you know, you don't worry about me, you do that. But when he said that, then I knew something was up, and I had to get home, and I'm so glad I did because I got a chance to be with him for the last 6 months, and you know, take care of him and look out for my dude. And,
You reckon?
And then after he passed, I'm like, well, I don't need to be out in LA. I just rather be around my family, so I just stayed.
That makes sense. My father passed away, and a couple of years ago, and I was lucky. Yeah, but I was lucky. He was 86, and I always tell people, you know, the last couple of years of his life, I kept visiting him more and more. You know, I had a stubborn father, military father. Damn near never said I love you type of father. Yeah. But, you know, behind my back, he would tell everybody how much he loved me, how proud he was. He just wouldn't tell me that, you know what I'm saying? And I just remember, you know, he had cancer. Like, I think he got it in November, and he passed that August. But, you know, less and less conversation was on the phone. He was tired more, I could tell. And I remember the last, time I talked to him on the phone, he didn't want to talk that long, like maybe 2 minutes. And I was like, let me get a flight real quick. So I did a 2-week flight. I got in there, and I walk in. And, you know, he started, because he had cancer, he started losing weight, weight.
Yeah.
I go in the room, and they let me come in the house. I come in, and he's in his bedroom, and he had like a nurse with him, a family nurse and family, whatever. Just sitting around talking to him, and he looked totally different, emaciated. And I looked at him, and I was like, is something? My father's a strong black man, brother, in the military, boxer and all that. And he was, you know, he had lost so much weight since the last time I saw him, which was maybe 6 months earlier, I think it was, whatever. And I remember saying, damn. And the point I'm going to make is, you know, when everybody left, I stayed with him. You know, he died 4 days later. He really started. But I got
there right on time,
I got in and sat with him, man. I talked to him.
Yeah.
I had talked to him before, but I had to walk him to the bathroom, pull his diaper, whatever on, and pull it in, have him sit him down. I was so proud to do that.
Yeah.
I was so proud to say, I'm here for you at the end, brother.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's
no matter
the
what
best
we've
part.
been through, whatever arguments, whatever it was, that I'm here for you.
Yep.
I remember I had to give him a straw to drink a little bit and whatever, and I rubbed him. I said, Dad, just go. I said, whenever you're ready, you can go. And we just sat there, and he looked at me and said, "Hey, son," whatever. And I'm looking at him. This is a father that I didn't say we're feared, but he was strong, big, whooped my ass, whatever. Strong. I seen him punch men in the face and shit.
Yeah.
And at this point now, I'm like, man, he's at at the lowest, and I'm
Sweet.
here for him,
and
man.
you can be there for him. That
So
was the best part, man. You know, like Dad was, he was real weak. He had dementia, and it was just in and out. And one time he's sitting on the chair and he kept slouching down, and I just sat next to him and I said, you can lean on me. And it's like that. It felt so good, man. To all the stuff that he done for me, that he taken care of me, and it was good for me to be there for him for a minute. So that was just a blessing to be home, man.
Wow, man. Yeah. Man, I'm proud of you, bro. And think how lucky you are. Some people get phone calls and their parents are dead.
I know, man. Yeah, that's the
home,
worst, man. Yep.
And and then for you to stay there, stay in Cleveland, for whatever reason, like you said, to stay and be around your family.
I need to be around home. I need to be at home, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back to LA, man.
Right.
Yep.
And you've done it all, brother.
Yep.
I mean, you've done a lot, man. You left your mark on the entertainment business. We know who John Hinton, Overton. Was Miles the other was on there?
Millsap.
Millsap. Sorry.
Yeah.
Millsap. We
Millsap.
know who you are. You know what I'm saying? As a comic, we know who you are, and you should be proud, man. I don't give a fuck who's next, who's the young hot brother. You did it, man.
Yeah.
There was a brother in Cleveland, in East Cleveland, no one fucking knew about.
That's true.
And now we all know who you are.
Yeah.
And that's why I can do this show here, man, to give people flowers, man, what they've been through, man. A lot of people gonna learn from this show. Like, man, I didn't know you went through this, how you felt, man. And you should be definitely proud.
I said way too much. I said way too much. I said
way
too much.
Man, lay on that couch, man. Shut up. Lay on that damn couch.
It's way too much, man. This ain't nobody's business. But here I am in the panic room and
man,
stuff.
We go way back, brother. We go way back, man. No, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm so proud of you, man, that you're still around. We can talk about it. So when I do a little something on my show, we change the mood. We do a thing called Spin the Wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things on there. I think my people might have told you about it. But for those who don't know, we talk. If you want to trade places, who would you trade places with if you could? A real secret you may have. How you lost your virginity. I don't know if you remember that. You know how that far back in the early 60s, probably. A celebrity crush call. You pick up your phone, act like you're calling somebody, who you get your Mac on, who famous. Get something off your chest, the biggest lie you ever told. And like I said, we got a couple of things right here. So we have you spin the wheel, and we give them a roll call. Everybody give them a roll call. Give them a little thumb a roll call.
The drum
spin
roll?
It, yeah, a little drum roll.
Drum roll,
roll call, a little drum
roll.
roll.
You
spin it. And where
I spin it?
Yeah, you spin it hard. You can give it a Cleveland. You can move it. Give it a Cleveland spin, brother.
Right.
Let's go. Ready? Give it a rough one and go.
What'd it say?
A celebrity crush call. Perfect. So what it is you got
what
a
this is now?
A celebrity crush call. So it's what it is. I'm gonna give you my cell phone. Just act like you're making a call to a celebrity crush you have. You have up to a minute to 2 minutes to get that person to come into your house, or you go to their house. Do you know what I'm saying? So wherever you have a female, well, you did say Mo Nut. What's that nigga name? Mo Nut?
Man,
I don't know how. We equal opportunity up here. We love here, man. We love here, brother.
You go ahead on with that, man.
Okay, man. I don't know.
No, you ain't gonna do that, man. I told you that was like Mo Day from Morris Day at the time, and I just shortened it down, and that's all it was. It ain't got nothing to do with none of the rest of that stuff, man. You go ahead on with that, man.
My bad.
Go ahead on, man. That ain't right, man. This panic room stuff ain't right.
It
ain't right.
So what you
wrong. You're wrong.
Think of somebody famous that you may have a crush. It could be whatever, a crush. It could be whoever. And then you pick the phone up and you say, hey, whoever, you say their name, and then you give us a little mac. And how would you mac? As an actor, you got a minute to say how you would get to their house for them to give you some booty, or you to go to their house to get some booty. What would you say? What would you say? What kind of dinner you want? Are you bringing food over to them? Or what does a mac do? What does John Henton do as an actor? Macking, think of someone famous, whatever female famous person you like. Who you got somebody in mind?
I'm trying to think, because it's like
Pam Grier, nigga, what's wrong with you?
Well, all right,
Yeah,
Pam Grier,
it could be her.
that'd be nice. Is it somebody like, let's see.
Whoever.
Pam Grier.
Regina King, fine, man.
Regina King is fine.
Taraji Henson, all of them.
I like Miss
So don't tell me.
I
You get the phone and just say, yeah, I know it gotta be somebody fine. Come on. Halle, man, everybody's show.
Halle Berry. Yeah, I like very, very, very pretty. But like I said, it ain't. I ain't really have that many Hollywood.
No, you don't have to have done it.
Yeah.
You just have to have a.
No,
crush.
I'm just saying, like I said.
Famous somebody fine.
Who? I didn't have no crushes, man. I was like, I was living it. It was just happening. Like I said, my bad. Hey, just wasn't no fantasy. It was just memories.
Okay.
But
damn.
But look, I told you, I was wilding out, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I told you that. We already discussed it.
James and shit. Damn. Okay. Well, just just think of somebody, whoever's fine and famous, and show me how you would get Mac on them. You got to say hello, hey, blah, 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 what you wearing, however you want to do it.
Have I met them before? Is this is this like a cold call I'm trying to do this?
No, you known this girl, right? You've had a crush on her. You know what I'm saying? She may not know you. Well, she knows you. She's seen you in passing.
Yeah.
Y'all been a couple of auditions.
Yeah.
You could tell she has a little eye on you. You know what I'm saying?
All
and
right.
you want to put the Mac down on her, the Mackety smack down on her.
The Mackety
smack on her, okay?
All right.
So think of somebody, I don't care who it is, somebody famous, female, actress, a singer, Beyonce, I don't give a damn. And you got a minute, up to 2 minutes, to tell me, paint the picture to us. We want to see what kind of actor you are. I'm a director. Quiet on the set, please. Quiet. We'll see how good Overton or John Henton is.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to get the whole thing in mind.
Kim Coles, nigga, shit. Oh yes. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that. I could do. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to figure out. But it's an actress, so.
Or a singer, whoever. A fine woman.
Oh God!
You watch sports?
So many beautiful singers and stuff.
That her right there, yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Not too young. Somebody your age. Let's say
Somebody.
Mary J. Blige.
Oh God, Mary
Let's
J.
do it. I don't know.
Oh, that's
All right,
something.
you got
too.
10 seconds. You picking somebody. You picking that
Okay,
phone up. Oh yeah. Okay. Shit.
Okay.
Cut. I see why you ain't been in a movie, nigga. You can't even. What the fuck? What's wrong with you?
No,
Audition,
I don't
nigga.
do improv. I don't do
I heard
improv,
that.
man. I'm like that ain't my thing. Improv. Like, this is weird. I could have asked a question. Now you got me on the phone. I don't know this phone. I don't know that this ain't my phone.
Right,
so
right.
it's a different thing already. All right.
Ready?
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Quiet on the set. 1 minute for Mr. John Henton. He's macking somebody famous.
I ain't macking nobody.
Somebody.
I'm just talking.
And we want to see how you mack in a minute.
We trying to set
yeah,
some
you're
stuff
going
up.
over her house or she coming over your house, whatever
Okay.
you want to do.
All right.
Settle. Let me see how good you do on the phone too. I hate when people say, pick the phone, hello, they don't let the phone ring, nothing, shit. And action.
Okay, we calling somebody and it's ringing.
Yeah.
It's ringing. And do I have to say the name?
Yeah, so
And
we
you
know. We know who they're talking.
Cello. Can I speak to Pam Greer? Hey, this is John Henton. I played Overton on Living Single, and I've been a big fan of yours forever. And I just thought that maybe one day we should get together. I got your number. Please excuse me, but I had to do some things. Your publicist happened to do this, so I just decided to call because I've always been a big fan and always wanted to talk with you. So I was developing a couple of projects myself because, after Living Single and the Hughleys, I'm trying to get into producing, and I've always thought, always admired your talent. So I was just hoping that maybe we can get together and chit and chat and discuss a few ideas that I had. Yeah. All right. Well then, look. If it's convenient, we can meet up somewhere, or I don't know where you live, but if you live in the neighborhood, I could stop by and just bring a couple of scripts and a couple of ideas, and we could talk. Cause I'm in Sherman Oaks, and if you nearby, I can come by, or we can meet somewhere. So yeah. I would like that very much. Like I said, please excuse me for getting the number because I know people don't like you, when you just pop up like that. But it was just something that was really important to me, and I just wanted to get with you and just talk. So yeah, all right. Well then, I'll just take down your address, and like I said, I'll keep this number, keep my number, and lock me in, and we'll get together. I'll call you sometime this week, and I'll stop by. All right. Great talking with you. Like I said, once again, big fan. All right. Take care, baby. Bye-bye.
So you get that ass professionally, nigga, okay? Goddamn, you wasn't like, girl, let me drop a pizza by your house and some sushi. We could read some lines.
No, well, like I said, if it was, that's what I said. If it was the actress, it should be something to where you're doing. Because like I said, just out of the blue sky, if you just called somebody.
I said you see her passing.
Yeah, if you just out of the blue sky and you just do that, you just got to have something. So at least it was some ideas, and it's a reason why I'm doing it, as opposed to.
I've never done this thing. Let me try one. Let me try a call. Let me see if I can do somebody. All right, I got somebody.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? Pierre, the comedian. Yeah, hey, what's up, Regina Hall? Yeah, girl, you from DC, right? Yeah, I am too. Now I went to Cross Maryland school. Where'd you go? Oh, okay. It's funny. I don't know. I used to see you on movies all the time, and I was just thinking like, damn, you one of them fine women that just I feel like haven't gotten her due. You know what I'm saying? That everybody else, when they say the finest women, in Hollywood, they pick other women and stuff. And I just think you should be definitely top 3. To me, it's top 1. To be honest with you, I just think you're really fine and so talented. You're welcome. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I don't normally do this, but do you have a boyfriend now? You dating somebody? Like, how's it go? Oh, nobody. I feel you. Yeah, I know. It's a lot out here nowadays. I don't even blame you. You like comedy? Because I do a lot of comedy shows and so forth. I would love to invite you to a comedy show. You do? Okay. I tell you, are you working on something right now? Or you're on hiatus? Oh, that's perfect then. I was thinking like, I get lines sometimes, I get scripts sometimes, sides and stuff, and I never get to read with somebody. And sometimes it be females, and I don't have no female to read with. I was wondering if any chance I could ever come by, with you and just help me with some of the lines. I would help you if you ever needed some help. Oh, you like that? Oh shit, okay. All right, well that's cool. Then if you like that, All right, well, if I get a script or something, I'd like to, first I'd invite you to a comedy show. If not, I would just unless you just want to get something to eat, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even mind getting something to eat, you know, sometimes. I know a lot of good restaurants in LA. You like Thai food? You actually do? Okay, yeah, I love, that's one of my favorite food, Thai food. I would, yeah. You know, I ain't really working this weekend, so I'm really here this weekend, so I was thinking maybe, you know, if you ain't doing nothing, we can go get some Thai food. I like that. On me, you know, I take you into a nice Thai food, you know, nice little restaurant. That would be nice. Oh, well, that's cool. All right, well, you know what? It's, what about, like, you available this weekend, like Saturday maybe, Saturday night? You check your schedule. All right, you gotta check your schedule. Man. Well, if your schedule's open, I'm open from about, I don't know, maybe 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. You know, yeah. So anytime between that, them 24 hours, 23 hours, and 57 minutes, I'm available. You know, just let me know. Okay. All right. Well, just keep my number. Call me by tomorrow between 5 and 5:15. If you can call me between that, I make sure I can make my schedule for the weekend. I know Saturday will be good. Okay. All right. Well, again, I think you're talented as hell. We're from D.C. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about a lot of good stuff. So I'll hit you up. I mean, just hit me up when you get a chance. All right. I'll be around between 5 and 5:15. All right. All right. Well, again, thank you so much, and I will holler at you later. All right. Bye. Man, I think I got a chance with Regina Hall, man.
Yeah, all right.
Regina Hall this
All
Saturday,
right, man.
nigga. Thai food, nigga, Thai food.
But if she don't call between 5 and 5:15, no, you only gave a 15-minute window.
Nigga,
Bro, come on.
That way I know she bullshitting
big
out.
star like that, you give him a half hour.
Yeah, I should have, right.
Yeah, 15 minutes. You call me between 5 and 5:15.
I'm petty with that.
And you just, you calling her out of the blue. But go ahead on, man. Whatever worked for you, bro.
I know that's right.
Whatever worked for you.
All right, look, all right, but we do a little thing too. So social media is hot right now,
yeah.
And I see you on some of it, not on everything.
Not on everything.
Right.
Not on everything.
My crew does a thing called IG creeping or social media creeping, where we go on your social media page and we pick out some pictures of what you think, what you've done, and what you worked on. We want to see some stuff. So I'm wondering, when we went on IG, we creeped around and looked at it. I'm wondering, we're gonna ask you what you was thinking. What was you thinking when you was with this situation right here? This is my man from Good Times, right?
Man, yeah.
Where was this at?
This was in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
Brooklyn. He's from New York.
Okay.
Man. And he came out to the show. I was, Talent.
Yeah, Talent, yeah.
Yeah, you know Talent. Yeah, Talent had put a show together. It was me, Hamburger, Shutter.
Yeah.
It was a whole bunch of folks.
I've had them on.
And he came out to the show, and I just thought it'd be a great picture of living single and good times together.
And what's his name on the
Ralph
show?
Carter.
What was his name on the show?
Michael.
Michael. There
Yeah.
you go. Michael, that's somebody. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. We got many more pictures, couple more. What's it? Look how you look. Is this you, boy?
Yeah.
Is this you, boy?
Yeah.
Look at you, man. Look like you're 12 years old in this picture.
Man, that was me. That's my cousin Dre, man.
He look familiar.
That's my cousin Dre, man. He passed a couple years ago, man.
Man.
That was the cat that kept my name. That's why nobody knew about the accident. See, he was LAPD.
Was he?
He kept my name. We went to the hospital. He gave me the fake name and everything. He directed all the traffic, so nobody knew what was happening. A lot of people, me talking about it today is the first time they're gonna hear about it, because he kept it out. That was my dude.
Wow.
I love him to death, man.
Yes.
We went to see Bootsy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
We went to see Bootsy at the what's the jig? No, the House of Blues.
Okay.
House of Blues. And so we went in, and Lenny Kravitz was on there, and Bootsy brought me out, and I went on stage. I was on stage with Bootsy and Lenny Kravitz, and yeah.
That's a big moment.
It was major moment in my life, man. I'm on stage with the funk, yeah.
All right. I like that. A good shout out to your
cousin Dre, man.
Yeah,
cousin
man.
Dre, man. I love him to death.
Stuff, man, that's good stuff. All right, we got another picture. What's happening right here? Boy, you got the old schools, boy. Everybody.
Oh my God.
What's
that girl.
Bernadette Stanton?
Ooh, Bernadette Stanton. That's just the jazziest chick. She got to be 65 and she still looks like that. That don't make no sense at all. That's who I should have called.
I know that's right. Okay.
I should have called her, because man,
right.
Fine as wine, man. Just gorgeous, beautiful person. And I got a chance to meet them. This was Tom Joyner.
Cruise?
When he had, no, not the cruise. He does his thing down in, he used to do a thing in Orlando every Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
And went down there. So it was me, a bunch, Raj from What's Happening.
Oh,
it was
Ernest
whole bunch
Thomas.
he came down there. It was Blackish, the little kids. We went down there. My daughter was there because my daughter lives down in Florida, so she came out, and we was all just hanging out.
Nice. You know, so funny with her. You know, I used to watch Good Times as a young kid. I didn't have a crush on her then, I'm saying. I didn't have a crush.
Yeah.
But I started getting into women, you know. Cut this motherfucker for you. I've been in
Hey, hey, what's something you had to get into?
Cut, nigga.
Hey, I ain't say that
grown
now.
women, man. Grown women.
You clean that one up,
okay,
bro. You clean that one up. You talking about me and stuff. After I got into women, I'm like, well, what were you into before, bro? But that ain't none of my business. This your little panic room. You do your little panicking thing now.
Damn you, man.
No, you said it, man. I'm just minding my own business.
True that.
That's right.
True that.
Go ahead.
Now, all right. As I got older and got into grown women.
There you go. There you go. That's a good cleanup.
I started reflecting back and watching episodes of Good Times and how fine she was. And I didn't realize that when I was a young cat chasing little girls.
Always
knew.
Man. Always knew. That big bad girl right there. Ooh, what you say?
Yeah, man. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
Man, that is great.
Gorgeous.
Man, yeah, man. Man, let me tell you, I thank you so much for coming on the show. We have a thing called a swag bag where we give a bag out of goodies. Everything is black owned in here. Open it up, look at it, see what it is, and let's, talk about it a little bit. All this black products. My book.
It's a book, okay.
What that book say, man? What that book say?
It say, My 100 Homies and Phonies.
Of what?
Of Hollywood.
Well, it is right there. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of Pierre. Damn.
Pierre.
Shit,
Pierre. With an E on the end.
Yeah, that might work too.
Okay.
But so it's a lot of celebrities.
Okay. I'm gonna read this on the plane home tomorrow. Monday.
There you go. Look at that.
And we got put it in the comments.
That's what I say on Comedy Hype News. I'm the one that always says put it in the comments. So
okay.
I put it in the comments.
Okay. I got a book and got a T-shirt.
Official, brother.
Official.
I might have should have got you.
Pierre's Panic Room podcast.
Soft good material, large.
What you got?
Large.
No, I need this is a little. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see. All right, it's a panic
sexy.
room. I
got. And
let's see what else. There's something else in here.
Oh, it's a card game. You can play. You can get on Comedy Hype. It's all about black comedy. It's TV shows, movies, or stand-up comics. And it's a card game. You just play. You got a guest and stuff. You can play with your friends like Uno.
Okay.
Instead of supporting the white man's card game, there's a black man right there, brother.
Okay.
All right. What you got?
Yeah, comedy culture. I play this. Thank you very much.
Yo,
it's
John,
very nice.
I appreciate it.
And it's a nice little bag. It's very good.
Come on,
very good.
That's my swag. I give it to my guests.
All right, and got
John,
a book.
I appreciate you coming through, brothers, wholeheartedly. I know we talked about doing it a while back, but we couldn't make it work. But when I came through last night, you said, you know what?
We had to do it, man, because like I said, tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. So I'm glad we go ahead and pull this off, man. And much love to all the comics we done lost, man.
Right,
It's a lot of stuff happening, but Atlanta community, comedy community in general, y'all stay strong. We'll get through this, man.
Well, then look, if we can be as strong as you can, brother, like I said, you've had the valleys of going ups and downs and stuff, man. I'm proud of you, brother, and I'm happy for you, man, for real, brother. You've been through a lot, man, and you're still shining, brother. You're still working. I saw you last night. You're still bringing them and packing them in, and you're still funny, man. And that's something they can't take from a real comic.
Thanks, brother.
Okay? I mean that. I mean real that, bro. Yo, man, thank y'all so much for watching Pierre's Panic Room with my man John Henton. Like I told you, man, he's been through a lot. He told us a lot of stuff, some things you probably didn't know about, man, and I'm glad. I'd like to see a reboot of Living Single, man. How about that, man? You know what I'm saying?
That would be nice, but right now, it'd be hard to do because Queen got Equalizer. Everybody else is working. I don't give a damn.
You took the time out to do right there. They took the time out.
Hey, but I'm telling you, reboots is cool. But if you got that regular money coming in, you got to take care of what's happening right now.
At least one episode, man.
No, somebody got to write it. It's time. It's all kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, she equalizing. I'm gonna let her equalize. Yeah.
Can we do a reunion talk?
Well,
talk a little bit.
Well, people busy. They got busy schedules and stuff.
Remember, you might not have been here today because you have a busy schedule, but you took time out.
Well,
you can be Mr. Nice Guy. Fuck that. Get the Queen Latifah, Kim Coles, all y'all need, and Kyle and Alexander, all y'all get together.
Yeah,
I mean Erica. I'm sorry.
Erica.
Erica. Yeah, TC Carter. I'm in it right now. I'm jazzed up.
Yeah. He all amped up. He trying to do the reboot, and people ain't even thinking about that. They doing other stuff. One day maybe we'll get it together. We'll see.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching another episode of PS Panic. Like I said, leave it in the comments. Tell me how you felt about the show or what we did today, man. I thank y'all so much again for supporting PS Panic Room. You always see it, and you see me in the street saying what's up. When you see John Hinton, you hear you coming to a club near you, holla. Give it to that camera how they can reach you on social media.
I'm on. I'm redoing my Instagram right now because I got hacked so much. But Facebook, John Henton, and Twitter.
Tell me you saw him on here, man. And tell me you love him. We still love him. Still love you to death, brother. Thank y'all, and I'll holler at you another time, y'all. Out.
Hey, this is John Henton, Overton from Living Single, and I survived Pierre's panic room. I'm still alive, baby, still alive.
Turn me up a little bit, turn me up a little bit.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. You know, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.